Hello and good evening to all live viewers. This is Aishwarya Banerjee,
And this is Saurodas.
your host for the show.
Thank you for showing constant love and support so far to the JRSM family on the occasion of our 7th Foundation Day.
So, a huge thanks to our streaming partner Out of Oven Bakers, an absolute paradise for customized yummy cakes baked with love.
We hope you had a great evening so far, but the show is not over, guys.
So, in this live show, we have with us a name who needs no introduction, a soul who has lived multiple lives in a single birth.
A state level goalkeeper, MTV Roadies contestant, national record holder,
A mountaineer, a bouncer at a nightclub, instructor to aspiring army cadets, and what not.
Aishwarya, the list can go on. So why don't we see a video?
Absolutely.
You have passion?
Yes, sir.
You will do hard work?
Yes, sir.
Will you have more effort than them?
Yes, sir.
Then you will win this match. And understand, you people are of a different level. Today is the time we prove to everybody who's watching in this fucking under 18 ID that we have come here for becoming champions, not anything less. Not for participation. We don't participate, we go for fucking titles. And that starts today. Fucking a 5-0 victory, man. What is your fucking profession?
Ahu, ahu, ahu.
Who are we?
Champion.
Come on, boys and team. 1, 2, 3.
Never.
Come on, boys.
Oh, a very good evening, sir. So we have none other than Mr. Ranjit Bajaj with us. So can we please have him here now? The live viewers are waiting. A very good evening. I think there is some connectivity issue.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. So great to be here with JRSM and especially on their 7th Foundation Day. And so great to be here. So let me start off this show by saying Joy Mohan Bagan and great to be with Marinas as always because Marinas have always been really, really close to my heart. In fact, I can't just wait for the matches to start again so we can start thrashing some ISL teams very soon.
So indeed,
Very
Sir
good
Joy
evening, sir.
Mohan, and with that one phrase, actually, you have charged up and geared up all the viewers, I suppose. So,
Yeah, sir.
Shoro,
Yeah, sir, actually, we just seen the incredible pep talk in that video. So everyone right here wants to know the driving force behind that passion and fire. I think there is some connectivity issue.
I think connectivity issue and internet issues are minor challenges when we have Sir with us. He has overcome huge challenges in his
Definitely.
life, which we will know in a short while. In the
And we will
meantime,
have
I'm
him
sure,
with us shortly. Yeah.
yes, I'm sure our fantastic team at the back end is working. So, yes, we have him here again.
Yes,
So,
I'm right there.
yes.
Sir, what
So,
I was saying that we have just seen that video and the incredible pep talk. So
Yeah.
everyone right here wants to know what is the driving force behind that passion and fire.
See, I think it all comes to do with pain, दर्द. So वो कहते हैं मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता बट असली मर्द को बहुत दर्द होता है जब हारते हैं और जब तक it doesn't pain you when it hurts. That means so fans will understand the maximum pain they will feel, and it compares with pain of one of your closest relatives passing away. If Mohan Bagan loses to East Bengal, it is the worst pain Mohan Bagan fan can go through. वो दर्द होती है. सो वही बात जब इंडिया हारता है तो जब वो दर्द होती है उसी दर्द से ये पैशन आता है टू मेक श्योर कि वी डोंट गेट दैट दर्द अगेन. And if you know that how it feels to lose, then you will make sure you don't lose. And that's why you learn much more from your losses than from your victories. Especially training the armed forces. So उनको तो लड़कों को motivate करना पड़ता है. Like our students have been great officers. मतलब people who've given their life for us, like PVC, Sher Shah, कारगिल हीरो कैप्टन विक्रम बत्रा, और एयरफोर्स का एक पर अभी आजकल गुंजन सक्सेना आया है, एयरफोर्स की फर्स्ट फीमेल पायलट. बट there is only one Paramveer Chakra of Indian Air Force. He is also a Minervan, Nirmaljeet Singh Sekho. So these kind of people who given their lives for the country and are also Minervans. So wahan se na, it gives you a lot of pride and passion, because whenever all my shirts when Minerva has played, we always had the tricolor here. So it doesn't matter whenever we are playing football. Number one, the main thing is to impress everybody so we can wear the India color. That is why you have so many Minervans going on and playing for India. Because सबसे पहली चीज हम ये बताते हैं कि क्लब मिनर्वा नहीं है, क्लब छोटा है. मेन चीज है तुमने इस क्लब को यूज करके तुम्हारा मेन एम है इंडिया के लिए.
Exactly, sir. And setting the priorities right can help you in a long way. So आपने जैसे कहा कि पहले देश आता है, फिर मिनरवा आता है, तो मुझे मतलब एक लाइन याद आ गया जो शाहरुख खान ने कहा था चक दे इंडिया में, कि अगर फिर भी तुमने थोड़ी जान बचती है तो फिर तुम खुद के लिए खेल रहे हो. So I really relate to that right now.
Exactly.
And in the in the upcoming 60 minutes, our viewers will really they will know more about you. So there are many questions that are being ready to ask. Like there are people are ready. Some supporters and sports enthusiasts are there. And also we will be asking you some questions definitely from the comment section. So viewers, please don't wait. अपने questions type करो because we'll be taking your questions. And towards the end, again, we'll have a very exciting rapid fire round. So sir, let us hope कि इस बार हम लोग आपको थोड़ा सा nervous कर सकें. So we're just hoping. We're not saying anything. We're just hoping. So
Definitely, and sir very nicely said कि मर्द को दर्द होता है जब वो हारते हैं. And sometimes we have also realized that during when Mohun Bagan loses a few matches, although it's a part of the game. So this is for our live viewers. Please stay tuned and keep showing your love in the comment section.
yes, and so without any delay, let us start with the questions. So our first, the person who will ask question first is a sports enthusiast, and I think he needs no introduction to you, sir, because there is already a history. We've been together in some shows. So we have Orphan with us. Host, kindly give access to Orphan.
Good evening, sir. This is Arpan from Hyderabad.
Good evening, Arpan. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm
Fine
good,
and
sir. How are you, sir?
perfectly fine.
Our
Bye. Very good.
Thank you. I'm lucky to have second time coming with you on live in this talk show. Uh,
By the
actually,
pleasure.
thank you, sir. Uh, so, in multiple other talk shows or interviews, you spoke about the infrastructure, youth development, or sports schools that you were envisioned. So, I have only two questions from my end. If I ask you about your one vision which you want to fulfill in your life, and second, the what are your mid-term and long-term goal to fulfill those visions? And this is related to the Indian sports, and I assume that it will be football for you.
Yes, obviously, it has to be
Yeah.
football. That's a very great question, because there is only one goal. There is no other goal. I believe that yes, for fans, the only goal is to win the title every year. Not they are not happy अगर सिर्फ आप एक साल जीत जाओ फिर अगले साल ना जीतो. No, they want to win every year. So for them, it's if they are every year. But I believe for me, because I have, honestly speaking, I've won the titles. Senior maybe, junior maybe. और वहाँ पे I can compare कि खुशी कितनी मिलती है जब टाइटल जीतते हैं और जब इंडिया does well because of the boys you have produced. तो जब खुशी जो मिलती है when India does well because of the boys which have been produced in my academy, वो खुशी टाइटल जीतने से हजारों गुना ज्यादा है. दैट मीन्स अगर मुझे वो कहे कि जैक्सन सिंह का वो गोल आपको चाहिए या आपको आई लीग का टाइटल चाहिए, तो सोचने की बात ही नहीं है. मुझे जैक्सन सिंह का वो पहला गोल चाहिए वर्ल्ड कप का जो इंडिया के लिए स्कोर किया गया. फिर मुझे अगर कहें कि मेरे को जूनियर टाइटल चाहिए, अंडर 15 के 4 लगातार टाइटल जो आए हैं, या अनवर अली का एक गोल चाहिए जिसने अर्जेंटीना को हरा दिया अंडर 20 को, पहली बार अर्जेंटीना को इंडिया ने हराया, मेरे को अनवर अली का गोल चाहिए. अगर मुझे फिर वो पूछे कि अगर आपको अंडर 13 और अंडर 18 का टाइटल और स्टेट टाइटल जितने आपने स्टेट चैंपियन बने हैं वो चाहिए, या आपको नोंग ने जो एक वंडर गोल स्कोर किया था शिलोंग के अगेंस्ट वो चाहिए, अगेन शिलोंग का गोल जो नोंग ने किया था क्योंकि लड़का मेरा है. सी these are the kind of things which make me happy, and I have decided that I'm going to devote my life towards it because see, football has given me so much. It's given me the love and respect of the entire country, and it has made me even now the most one of the most proud moments I have is when I wore the India jersey and the India blazer when I played for India in the under 19. So I wanted to give back to only the game of football. See, we've got a cricket team, and in fact people don't know 21 लड़के हमारे IPL खेल रहे हैं इस टाइम, including Calcutta Knight Riders का star Shubman Gill is also a Minervan. So we've got a history of producing cricketers as well. But football is the game we need to excel in because football is the game the whole world plays. Cricket is played actually looking at it by 12 countries. उसमें से 4 countries तो आपकी आजकल नेपाल भी पहुंच गई है वर्ल्ड कप में, और श्रीलंका भी है, पाकिस्तान भी है, श्रीलंका और बांग्लादेश भी है. So I really think that to be a world power, we need to do well in football. Now, so the aim is to get India to the World Cup. Now, this aim cannot be completed if you have a short-term plan. So yes, short-term plan. Short-term plan. मेरा 2 साल. I was reading an article. मैंने Red Bull वालों को interview दिया था 2017 में. And the interview asked me कि आपके plans क्या हैं. तो मैंने कहा था I want to start a school of excellence जहाँ पे फुटबॉल पे हम फोकस दें, और स्कूलिंग के साथ फुटबॉल इज द मेन थिंग, और साथ में आई वांट टू स्टार्ट एट द एज ऑफ 5 and 6. सो लुकिंग बैक एट इट 2 years के बाद वो दोनों चीजें मैंने कर ली. बट नाउ इफ यू लुक एट इट कि 3 साल में किया है, आई वांट के जो मैंने 5-6 साल के लड़के सिलेक्ट किए हैं, जब वो अंडर 9 के हो जाएंगे, वी आर गोइंग टू बी गोइंग एवरी ईयर टू डिफरेंट कंट्रीज एंड वील बी प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट देयर टॉप क्लब्स. अब ये समझने की बात है कि हम समझते हैं कि इंडिया को वर्ल्ड कप पहुंचाने का तरीका ये है कि हम अपनी लीग को बहुत अच्छा कर लें. अच्छी लीग से वर्ल्ड कप नहीं पहुंचते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वर्ल्ड नंबर 1 इस टाइम पे कौन है? बेल्जियम. और उनकी लीग कोई देखता तक नहीं है, उनके क्लब्स के बारे में नहीं किसी को पता, मगर उनके जो प्लेयर्स हैं, दे आर प्लेइंग इन द टॉप टीम्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. सो व्हेन विल इंडिया रीच द वर्ल्ड कप? When our boys start playing in the top clubs of the world. But do you think, for example, Sunil Chhetri, he scores 20 goals in one match in the ISL, even in one match, which is, oh my God, big thing, world record. Do you think Manchester City will pick him up? No. But what if one of my under 9s, when they are playing against Manchester City's under 9s in their home, scores a hat-trick against Manchester City's under 9s? They will pick him up immediately.
Definitely.
उनकी academy के लिए. और वो लड़का जाके he can play in top team because he would have been brought up by an academy system, proper development. For example, हमारे पास यहाँ पे under 17 वर्ल्ड कप में सप्रीत सिंह आया था जो न्यूजीलैंड की तरफ से खेल रहा था. उस टाइम पे 16 साल का था, एंड अब वो बायर्न म्यूनिख के लिए खेल रहा है. लड़का पंजाब का है. तो ये तो है नहीं कि हमारे इंडिया में जीन्स नहीं है. वही लड़के बाहर पैदा होते हैं तो खेल जाते हैं, यहाँ पैदा होते हैं तो खेलते नहीं है. अगर डैनी बाथ जो वुल्व्स का कैप्टन है और प्रीमियर लीग में सेंटर बैक है, कैप्टन नहीं पहले था अब नहीं है, ही इज एन इंडियन ब्लड. अगर वो इंडिया में पैदा होता, आज मैंने संदेश जिंगन से आई वाज डूइंग एन इंस्टाग्राम लाइव, और वो संदेश जिंगन के घर में पैदा होता तो डैनी बाथ आज ISL में खेल रहा होता. और संदेश जिंगन अगर डैनी बाथ के घर में पैदा हुआ होता तो डैनी बाथ आज वो संदेश जिंगन प्रीमियर लीग खेल रहा होता. Because he would have been born and brought up playing against levels of players and development of that standard. They start at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We start our football at the age of 11, 12, 13. In fact, जब AFF ने अब नए रूल्स निकाले हैं, people are very happy कि you'll get academies will get compensation for producing players, but they start at the age of 12. मतलब कि अगर जो बंदे 5, 6, 7, 8 साल की उम्र पे एकेडमी में बच्चे रख रहे हैं, गोल्डन बेबी लीग जिसको कहते हैं, उनको एक्चुअली कोई पैसा नहीं मिले. So you are trying to actually make it difficult for those academies to come up. Our aim is not to have one Minerva. Our aim is to have 100 Minerva. If we have 100 Minervas, we will reach the World Cup. And the aim is to reach the World Cup in 2034. And the aim is to do that by 2030. We should have 8 to 9 players of Indians playing in the Premier League of the world. और अगर जब हमारे को, और इंडिया में रेवोल्यूशन कब शुरू होएगी असली, जब हमारे को पहला अपना मोहम्मद सलाह मिलेगा, जैसे इजिप्ट को मिला है. So we have to just wait for that one little boy to break into a Premier League team.
Sir, you were just talking
And,
about AIFF. So here, our live here, Dibayan Das is commenting here that Mr. Ranjit Bajaj should be in the AIFF body, Joy Mohan Bagan. So,
Joy Mohan
what are
Bagan.
your views on that?
Joy Mohan Bagan. See, when I say I don't want to be in the AIFF body because they are actually limited by the scope of work they can do. If right now we all know that AIFF has got no power, they are being run by Reliance and FSDL. I speak it like it is. And if they had the thing, we would have seen results. Now, unfortunately, sadly, we have not seen the results we deserve. For a country of 1.4 billion people, we should be in the top 20 of the world without even thinking about it, blinking an eye. Why? Because if in hockey we can be there in football. वो कहते नहीं नहीं हॉकी डिफरेंट गेम है, बिल्कुल डिफरेंट गेम नहीं है. अब देखो कौन सी कंट्रीज हॉकी में अच्छा कर रही है. एक तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, फुटबॉल टीम बहुत अच्छी है. साउथ कोरिया है, जापान है, नेदरलैंड्स, हॉलैंड है, जर्मनी है, अर्जेंटीना है, इंग्लैंड है, स्पेन है. और ये सारी कंट्रीज जो हॉकी में अच्छा करती है, इनकी अच्छी फुटबॉल टीम भी है. बट हॉकी में वी कैन डिफीट देम, बट फुटबॉल में नहीं यार. दे आर बेटर. नो, दे आर नॉट. It's just here and how you develop players. If you give them proper development and make them play at a high standard from the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, मतलब उस टाइम पे जो आपके कोचेज हैं, they have to be top class. अब क्या हो रहा है, जितने भी हमारे, क्योंकि हमारे लाइसेंस कोचेज ही थोड़े से, I'm talking about A and B लाइसेंस, वो कहाँ पे हैं आजकल? वो सारे नौकरी कर रहे हैं या तो आई लीग क्लब में या ISL क्लब में. तो हमारे जो 5, 6, 7, 8 साल के बच्चे हैं जिनको बेसिक सिखा रहे हैं, वो कौन सिखा रहे हैं? वो ऐसे कोचेस सिखा रहे हैं जिनको एजुकेशन नहीं मिली है फुटबॉल के बेसिक्स के बारे में. एंड वेयर वी नीड देम इज देयर, बट वी डोंट हैव एनी. सो बेल्जियम ने क्या किया? हाउ डिड दे बिकम? इन्होंने रेवोल्यूशन की कि इन्होंने कोचिंग लाइसेंसेस इतने सस्ते कर दिए कि जो हाई स्कूल का कोच होता है ना, जो आपका एजुकेशन टीचर होता है, पीटी टीचर, वो भी साला बी लाइसेंस है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जब हम स्कूल में थे, तुम्हें को भी याद है, इनफैक्ट बोथ ऑफ यू, इवन फॉर यू एज अ गर्ल, यू हैव प्लेड. अगर कोई एक गेम खिलाते थे स्कूल में, वो खिलाते थे फुटबॉल. क्यों? क्योंकि उसमें सबसे कम काम उनको करना पड़ता था और उनके सबसे कम पैसे खर्च होते थे. एक बॉल फेंक देते थे और सारे 20 के 20 बच्चे उस बॉल के पीछे भागते थे दोनों टीमों के. That is how we remember playing football. So nobody taught us that is not the way to play. And when do we come to know? When automatically we used to get good, only those boys were selected into senior teams. Not कि उनकी training की वजह से somebody got good. So we need to start training the boys at a very, very young age. And if we start doing that, you guys can understand one football club like मोहन बगान, जिसको 5 साल के बाद टाइटल मिला है. जिताया आप लोगों को अभी भी लगता है कि आपको जिताया है आपके फॉरेन प्लेयर्स ने, कोच ने. तो जो लड़के ने जिताया, 2 लड़कों ने जिताया आपको ये टाइटल. एक शेख साहिद ने और एक नोंग ने. और तीनों लड़के अंडर 20 हैं. एक 17 साल का, एक 18 का, एक 19 का. And
I was thinking that you will definitely remember Subho Ghosh.
Exactly. See, these three boys, and अगर इनका देखो कि कितने इनपे, imagine if these three boys can make such a difference. Imagine if Mohan Bagan had spent money on his academy every year from the last 20 years. You think Mohan Bagan's academy wouldn't have been better than Minerva? It would have been 10 times better than Minerva Academy. And what would you have been able to do? Understand? तो अगर आप सपोज आपके 5 प्लेयर आपके एकेडमी से आ रहे हैं और 5 प्लेयर आप बाहर से ले रहे हो, तो जो 5 प्लेयर की सैलरी है वो आपकी बच गई। तो जो बाहर से आप 5 प्लेयर ले गए वो डबल सैलरी पे लोगे आप, मतलब सनी नोडी जैसे 4 प्लेयर लोगे आप, इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग जस्ट वन सनी नोडी। व्हाई? बिकॉज वो 5 प्लेयर के पैसे बच गए, बिकॉज वो अपने प्रोडक्ट है। उसके बाद क्या करोगे? आफ्टर प्लेइंग देम फॉर 2 years you will sell them at a profit and they will again pay for the next year's salary of another Sunny Node coming in. Whereas the entire money is spent and then you say that financially viable नहीं है हमारा क्लब। फाइनेंशियली वायबल है अगर आप ठीक जगह पे पैसे खर्च करो। उनको लगता है कि यूथ पे खर्च करना इज अ वेस्टेज ऑफ मनी। इट इज नॉट, इट इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग्स टू डू इवन टू सेव मनी एंड मेक मनी।
So I think this mindset is what should be resonating among everybody. मतलब इससे पता चलता है कि किस तरह हम और आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। आपने जैसे कहा राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, जो सीखने का उम्र होता है अगर वहीं से माइंडसेट क्रिएट किया जाए ये चीज़ कि हम उनसे बेहतर नहीं है, वी आर नॉट लाइक इन द पोजीशन टू कम्पीट विद देम, तो ये बहुत डीप रूटेड रहता है। सो ऑल्दो आपने अपना सारा आपने बोला, लेकिन फिर भी पीपल आर इंसिस्टिंग दैट somebody like should be you, somebody like you should be in the AIA body। और बीच बीच में सर there are people commenting good evening sir and hello sir।
I know Devayan Das really want to talk about Devayan has asked me the question about Albert Roca. See, हमारा look at the thing that Barcelona is coming to India to get the coaching, so coaches अच्छे हैं, but they have made him a fitness coach. We need to give chances to Indian coaches to come up. So I think it's a great idea that Yan Law has been given the chance in Mohammedan Sporting. Now imagine ईस्ट बंगाल को रोने की इतनी जरूरत नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि उनके पास अभी भी डार्बी आ गई और आप लोगों के पास नहीं है इस बारी, उनके पास है। क्योंकि वो उनकी अब मेरे को लोग गाली निकालेंगे, इसका मतलब ईस्ट बंगाल अब आई लीग खेल रहा है। आई एम जस्ट सेइंग अगर ईस्ट बंगाल आई लीग खेले तो डार्बी हो जाएगी, अगर मोहम्मदन स्पोर्टिंग क्वालिफाई कर जाएगी तो। So it will be a great thing for Indian football. That's why I'm really supporting Mohammedan Sporting to qualify. It's great for Indian football when clubs like this, legacy clubs, come up. So it's the whole thing again. See, again I can see a question which says why I left and sold Minerva Punjab. See, you want your, when you have kids, you want them like your parents. I'm not going to keep you in your house for the rest of your life. They will feed you, educate you, and let you have. They'll give you basically. Parents क्या करते हैं? वो प्लेटफॉर्म देते हैं अपने बच्चों को, जैसे हम प्लेयर्स को क्लब्स देते हैं, पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को प्लेटफॉर्म देते हैं। जा भाई, तेरे को हमने एजुकेट कर दिया, ये कर दिया, अब जा शाइन कर। तो मैंने मिनर्वा के साथ यही किया। I made it the best I could make it. So I knew if I have to make it to the ISL, वो अभी इस टाइम अगले 5 साल पैसे के साथ ही हो सकता है। It cannot be by merit, even if I win the I-League every year. But when this investor came in, and Mr. Sunny came in and he said that I will spend over 500 crores on a facility in Punjab and make it the best facility in the country. If I say no to that, then I'm being selfish, even though it's my baby, because my baby is being made bigger. So I should be proud of the fact. Now, what can I do? I can now imagine, without any money, I was able to produce over 70 internationals, 170 selections in all Indian teams, 7 national titles, 5 state titles, but without money. Okay? Imagine now if I can have a world-class academy and infrastructure, how much I can do. And imagine now I'll be able to invest little parts of the money I've earned from there into other states which require the upliftment. Punjab is now roaring. We have an under 13, under 15, under 18 I-League for girls and for boys. We have a baby league. We have a senior league which has got 3 divisions. We have 7 academies working in Punjab and Chandigarh. So, and what was there when I came in 5 years ago to Punjab football? Nothing. So I'm very proud where Punjab football is. Now is the time, for example, Himachal football, for example, Delhi football, for example, states where we know football is there, but there is no platform.
Yes.
Now is the time to promote that, because now my aim is totally different. My aim is not to win titles for Minerva, but only one aim, to produce players from every part of the country.
So thank you, sir. There is, I think there are some more questions in the live section, but before going with the questions, there I would like to move on to the question from our next football enthusiast, who is Shomitra. So I think he will be asking you something more aligned to this. So let us hear.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, my brother. How are you, bhai?
I'm fine. So I just wanted to ask, you have been talking about this academy setup and your plans, and
Hmm.
I will be on this line. I want to ask you that what you believe AIFF should do. Is AIFF doing enough to progress Indian football, or they are
See,
just playing backup to FSDL or something?
I'll tell you. See, what they need to do is make it compulsory for every club to have a junior team starting from the age of 5, at least the ISL clubs and the I League clubs which can afford it, and also do the same thing for women's football. Because unless they say that they've made it compulsory, no, it's not. They are lying to the public right now. It is not compulsory. It is under not mandatory things. That means it's your choice. But last year also it was our choice only, and 5 years ago it was also the choice of clubs whether they want to have a women's team. So there's nothing different. It's just an eyewash, just saying it in a different way. So and they need to say, when they say na ke you have to have 2 junior players of under 22 playing for you. Now they made a new rule, ke, to save, because all clubs used to do this. That के 15 मिनट खिला के अंडर 22 वाले को ले जाते थे बाहर, दूसरा प्लेयर ले आते थे. बट अब कह रहे हैं कि 90 मिनट खिलाना पड़ेगा उसको. तो every club has to keep 2-2, 3-3 or 4-4 junior players. Very good. But they should make it that 10% of your team, that means at least 2-3 players in your team, should be your own academy products. Compulsory कर दो. अगर टीम ओनर को पता है कि मेरे टीम अकेडमी से ही मेरे 10% प्लेयर्स में आना है, तो वो अपने आप ऑटोमेटिकली अकेडमी में पैसे खर्च करेगा टू डेवलप प्लेयर्स. अगर उसको पता है कि मैं बाहर जाके किसी से खरीद लूंगा जाके 5 लाख रुपए दे के, वैसे डेवलप नहीं होएगा. बिकॉज अगर पैसे दे के प्लेयर बुला के डेवलप होता तो चाइना का फुटबॉल इस टाइम पे बेटर होता, इवन फ्रॉम इंग्लैंड. क्यों? लास्ट 3 साल में चाइना ने ट्रांसफर फीस में पूरे यूरोप को बीट कर दिया, फॉरगेट अबाउट इंग्लैंड. और उनकी लीग का हाल देख लो, वो वर्ल्ड कप के लिए क्वालिफाई नहीं कर रहे. सो गेटिंग बेटर प्लेयर्स हियर एंड स्पेंडिंग मनी की जगह, spend that entire money on the junior most players, and you see within 10 years India will reach the top 10 of Indian football. But unless you spend the money which you are spending on crores and crores on foreign big stars जो are past their prime, वही पैसे अगर आप जूनियर्स पे खर्च करो, आपको फास्टर रिजल्ट मिलेंगे. सी, अगर मेसी के खेलने के साथ मैं मेसी बन जाता तो फिर तो हजारों मेसी होते, बिकॉज मेसी के साथ पूरी स्पेनिश लीग खेलती है. Yes, you improve by playing with better players, but you don't become those players. You can only become a Messi if you start at the age of 5. You can't become a Messi by playing with Messi at the age of 20.
Right, sir. So thank you for that question as well. So
Thank you,
now
Yara.
we
Thank you for the question.
Sir, our live viewer Dibayan is asking that do you think that our players should explore outside India? I mean, they should try to get selected in foreign clubs.
The only way we are going to do well is if we go abroad. See, when I say that, I mean at a very early age. Because अगर क्या होता है, like गुरप्रीत सिंह संधू वापस आ गया, अगर मैं होता उसकी जगह मैं ना आता, बट वो मैं इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ बिकॉज मैं उसकी जगह नहीं. बिकॉज यहाँ पे उसको करोड़ों रुपया मिल रहे हैं. He is one of the biggest superstars. Whereas in Norway, he was nobody. But Al Habsi, जो ओमान का गोलकीपर है, वो भी ऐसी नॉर्वे के क्लब के लिए खेलता था और वहां से उसको प्रीमियर लीग में उठाया था. And if I'm so sure Sandesh, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu would have been playing there right now, within 2-3 years, he had already played the Europa League. Within 2-3 years, he would have been picked up by a big club. But then the money which he was getting there was 1/10 the money he was going to get here. So it's a very big factor for players that when either you can be Sunil Chetri here or you can be basically playing for some third division or second division club there. So unless our Indian players get players in the Premier League, no Indians will want to go abroad. And we'll only be good in going abroad if we start at sending academy teams from the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 so that they can be picked up by teams. Another question by Sumanta Mandal. Do you think the number of foreigners should be lesser in future in any Indian top league for betterment of Indian football? I totally agree, Sumanta. Why? Because right now with 7 foreigners in the ISL, that is why we can't find the next Sunil Chetri. बिकॉज क्या होता है अगर मेरे को मैं कोच हूँ और 6 प्लेयर मेरे को कॉर्नर दे दिए शुरू करने के, तो सीधे मैंने तो पहले 2 स्ट्राइकर आगे पा लिए, फिर मैंने 2 सेंटर बैक पा लिए और 1 मिडफील्डर, 1 गोलकीपर या 2 मिडफील्डर पा लिए. मतलब मेरी टाइम बना ली मैंने टीम कॉर्नर से. तो मेरे पास प्लेयर्स कौन से रह गए खेलने के लिए? सिर्फ लेफ्ट विंग, राइट विंग, लेफ्ट बैक, राइट बैक. तो इंडियंस आजकल कहीं पे कमी नहीं है. हमारे पास आज इतने ज्यादा राइट बैक्स और लेफ्ट बैक्स हैं इस टाइम. क्यों? पहले मेरे पास बच्चे आते थे एकेडमी में ट्रायल देने, तो कहते थे हमने स्ट्राइकर बनना है. अब कहते हैं हमने लेफ्ट बैक, राइट बैक बनना है. मैं कहता हूँ क्या बात? और नहीं सर. मैं क्यों? कहता मौका क्या मिलेगा सर? मैं क्यों ऐसे? इफ यू गुड इनफ. देखो सर, कहते हैं कि मनवीर सिंह इज अपेरेंटली आफ्टर सुनील छेत्री ही गेट्स टाइम, और मनवीर सिंह को इंडियन फुटबॉल टीम में टाइम ही नहीं मिलता. क्यों? क्योंकि उसको एफसी गोवा में टाइम नहीं मिलता. और उसको एफसी गोवा में कितना टाइम मिला था? जितना टाइम मैंने सेकंड डिवीजन में मनवीर सिंह को एज ए 18-year-old दिया था, उतना टाइम उसको 3 साल एफसी गोवा में मिला है. So unless Indians will get game time, we will not improve. So we need to have lesser foreigners. We're not saying no foreigners. We need foreigners, but we can't have 60% of the team full of foreigners. Out of 11 players, 6 players cannot be foreigners. If you have 4 players, then you have majority Indians. Then you can develop all positions can be developed. That is why in I-League you have more strikers being produced than the ISL Indians.
So we have another question from Alko Mukherjee, and he's asking you what is the vision of doing well, and what is the mission that goes behind the growth of football according to academy football, to produce new youngsters from, and especially his question is interesting because it's related to the COVID scenario. So right now we are in a very tough situation. So
Exactly. Arka, thank you so much for the question, Mukherjee bhai. See, kya hai कि especially in Corona time, we don't know what the future is going to be. Yes, we are saying vaccine aayegi. Yes, it will be hopefully open. But people don't realize that professional football will not be hurt by this much, by COVID. What will be hurt will be the grassroots. अगर हमारे 8, 9, 10, 11 साल बच्चों के फुटबॉल गेम 1 साल के लिए छूट गई, तो फिर वो अगली जनरेशन, हमारे पास बिग गैप आ जाएगा उस जनरेशन में. सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेक श्योर दैट हमारा जो वर्ल्ड कप बैच है, every day they are asked to put on videos morning and evening with game time exercises and other exercises. We are sending them money every month so that they can take care of their diet. We are sending them football boots, football kits, everything, so that they don't remain away from the game. Other than that, we have a aim to make them knowledgeable footballers. That means thinking footballers. So we are educating them 4 hours a day. They are on talking to the teachers and being educated every day, and they are 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a good process if everybody follows it. But unfortunately, there are only 50 boys who we have who are following it. So I really fear what's going to happen. But we are very resilient. We'll make sure that we'll come out of it. And with the kind of plan we have, it's not only us, it's the entire world which is in it. So it's not that, other countries are having a great time. It's the entire world which is like this. So we have to always believe that we will always come out stronger and better. because what doesn't kill us will make us stronger. बिल्कुल यही I totally truly believe, and we have to look at everything positively. See, how do we make it positive? That for all the kids or all the fans who make it watching, who want to see that how to use this time, if you use it positively, मतलब कि अगर मैं जो बाकी सारे बंदे का भी टाइम घर में बैठे हुए हैं, नौकरी नहीं मिल रही है, प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, तो आप लोग अपनी स्किल्स ऐड करनी शुरू करो अपनी लाइफ में. और आजकल इतने फ्री कोर्सेज अवेलेबल हैं, लाइक marketing in the COVID situation, or COVID certification, or learning CPR techniques, you know, and then you just, and this is the 1 day course which you pass and you put that. So suppose जब अब COVID खत्म होएगा कभी ना कभी, तो जब खत्म होएगा तो मेरे पास 3 बंदे नौकरी के लिए आएंगे और तीनों की एजुकेशन लेवल सेम होगा, बट एक बंदे ने 5 कोर्स किए, चाहे वो एक दिन का भी कोर्स है, जिसमें उसको कोविड स्पेशलिटी मिली है, जिसको ही कैन बी हेल्पफुल इन अ फर्स्ट एड इमरजेंसी, ही कैन बी doing CPR, he is a blood donor, he has helped people out, he's got a resume that he's not just been sitting at home and crying. All those things add up to you as a person. That means you have grown as a person in the COVID time. So if you're growing, then it's a great situation to be in.
Our viewer Aninda Singh has put a very interesting question. वो कह रहा है कि सर हमारे यहाँ पे आप देखे होंगे कि बहुत सारे एजेड फॉरेन प्लेयर्स को हम लेके आते हैं कि इन आईएसएल वी हैव सीन मार्को मातेराजी, रॉबर्टो कार्लोस, सो आर दे एनी गुड टू आवर इंडियन फुटबॉल?
See, these I really don't think so, भाई, because तो जब वो अपने रिटायरमेंट के लिए यहाँ पे रिटायरमेंट पार्टी के लिए आते हैं, तो यहाँ पे हमने देखा है कि जब आईएएस अफसर वगैरह अपनी जॉब्स खत्म कर लेते हैं, बाय द वे मेरे दोनों पेरेंट्स आईएएस अफसर थे, तो मुझे पता है, आईएएस अफसर जब जॉब खत्म कर लेते हैं तो फिर उनको उसके बाद रिटायरमेंट के लिए 2-3 जगह लगा देते हैं. तो ये बेसिकली इंडिया रिटायरमेंट होम है फुटबॉलर्स का. तो जहाँ पे अब all the players, like now I heard Yaya Toure wants to come as well. You know, he was lowering his price to come to India. So and you will never say that Messi will come to India in his prime or Ronaldo will come in his prime. So unless people want to come to us in their prime, then I don't think you should take foreigners. Foreigners should be the best foreigners available. Faida nahi otherwise. That means otherwise you're paying so much of money just for the name. I have again and again, names will never make a league because that can only give you that much impetus for that much time. Like we saw in the ISL in the first 2 years, when the biggest names were there, then nobody used to even look at them. Now they don't get the biggest names, but the quality of football is much higher, and now it started growing. Oh, another wonderful question from Debayan Das. He says, do you think ISL and I-League should be merged to make a 20-team league and players should get more game time? Bilkul, bhai, because what has happened is, see, 45 games to chahiye saal mein. So we say we want to be the best in Asia, but we can't be the best in Asia. Why? Because we play half the football other Koreans or Japanese people play. वो 50 games, 60 games a year खेलते हैं. हम 20 game खेलते हैं. So if we play 1/3 the football, we can't be better than them. We'll be 1/3 of them. If we play double the football they play, that means every footballer gets at least 60, 70, 80 games a year. Then we have a great chance. And guys, the Paidi used to do well in 60s and 70s. Our footballers used to get over 100 games a year. There used to be at least 10 big tournaments. They used to get at least 4-5 games a tournament. Then there used to be the Santosh trophies and the nationals and this and that. And every player used to be playing at least 50, 60, 70 matches a year. That is why we used to be able to compete with the best countries in the world. Till 1970s, we were competing with Koreas and Japans.
Yeah. Aishwarya, I think you are on mute. Hello.
Yeah. Thank you, Cholo. So every word that you have said, it actually makes sense, and that is why our viewers, they are like, from our team, we have got a confirmation that the viewers are literally bubbling with so much of excitement to ask you so many questions. So Shoro, I think what we can do is we will take a quick question from one of our experts or football enthusiasts, as I can say. And then after that, we will have a 5 minute session in which we will be asking some of the best questions which are being asked or posted in the group. And it will be a 5 minute round, so we can accommodate maximum questions. So, viewer, please don't be disheartened. We will be taking your questions in a while. So, our upcoming question is from Shoma Brotho. Please, host, please give access to Shoma Brotho.
Uh, welcome to the platform, and thank you for coming here.
Thank you, Samrata. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, the question is, you are promoting football and sports at all level. You would have immense support for the participation in football also, and that the women football team, you are encourage the women football team in I League also, and how the women team should be motivated, the women's how they can be motivated.
Why,
That's the
first
question.
of all, I think why is a very great question to have, because we keep on forgetting the women. In fact, it's my big salute to all the women footballers in India. Why? Because they are making us proud, man. Unlike the men, I'm sorry to say, the men are not making us proud at all. Why? Because I'm talking about, yes, they go and they've drawn with China 0-0. They've drawn with Asian champions Qatar. They've beaten Thailand 4-1. But at the same time, they have almost lost to countries like Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Now, if our women play Bangladesh and Afghanistan and Sri Lanka, they will beat them 10-0, 12-0, 5-0, 7-0. So if you want to be in the top 10 in Asia, then you need to be beating your neighbors at least by that score line. And if you can't beat your neighbors by that score line, you can't go and beat countries like Iran and South Korea and Japan. So our women are setting the standards for our men. And they're showing them that it's possible. And definitely now, at least here, the women, if normally women say that, we can do whatever the men can do. Now the men are thinking, yeah, we can do whatever the women can do. So they are a great inspiration for us. And in fact, the first woman to ever play professional football for a foreign club in the Premier League is Bem Bem Devi, who's playing for the Rangers. That's a great move for Indian football. And I hope more and more women make it there. And hopefully, I think women's football, the women's team, has a chance of making the World Cup before the men's team makes it.
Thank you, sir. Our next live question is from Sumanta Mandal. So, the question is: do you think for betterment of Indian football, any ex-player should be chaired for top post in AIFF, or all committees should be chaired by
I think all
ex-players?
committees should be chaired by its players. All committees should be even the top four should be by a player. In fact, for example, I heard that Baichung Bhutta is interested in the elections against Kapil Patel. And I think if he does, it's a great idea. We will all support him because we know because he has seen the football thing as a coach. He's a coach as well. He is a football player as well. And he is a club owner with Sikkim. He was a club owner with Sikkim United, who was playing in second division and the I League. He's seen that as well. He has a player agency as well. So, and he's involved with the academies as well as Baichung Bhutia football. So he understands Indian football very well. So I'm not just saying that him. In
Yeah.
fact, anyone who is who is currently in Indian football. Matlab, he can devote his life to it. We want a president
Yeah.
whose only thing in life should be कि आज सुबह उठ के how will I make Indian football better, और रात को सोने से पहले you should think मैंने आज proper justice किया है, और रात को उसको फिर सपने आने चाहिए कि मैंने आगे फुटबॉल में क्या करना है और कैसे इंडिया को आगे लेके जाना है. तो जब तक हमारे को ऐसा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं मिलेगा जिसको दर्द होती है, दर्द क्या, दर्द वही हारने वाली, then we are never going to be able to do it.
Also, what
So,
we have seen, BCCI is also following the same. And now we will take a question from our viewer, Arindam Ghosh. He's asking, sir, what is your views on creating a referee and coaches academy?
Why? I think it's a great. I am Arindam. It's a great idea. Why? Because in fact, I offered myself last year, uh, and people don't know this. We offered to AIFF कि we'll do a leadership course for referee here with Minerva Academy, जो हम armed forces में करते हैं. Leadership course referees के लिए करेंगे. And nobody knows this, but 45 referees from all over India, all of them ISL and I-League referees, came and spent over 20 days at Minerva, 10 days, and we trained them for 120 hours each, and made them into better decision makers and leadership skills. So if you actually realize, last year, the refereeing decisions were much better than they were this year. इस साल तो काम ही बहुत खराब हो गया था. Last year it was a little bit better. So this saal, again, because the referee chief changed, there was no training. So 10 days training does not matter. They need to be trained every year for 3 months minimum. So if they're doing the jobs for 3 months, then 1 month training, 3 months job, 1 month training, because it's an ongoing process. Like coaches have to keep on refreshing your licenses even after you get a license. Same way, referees should keep on learning more and more. And unless there's a refereeing academy and refereeing becomes a good paying job, we will not have good quality referees. Oh, lovely question from Arka again. This to reduce the foreign players means 4 players in each team, which may or may not improve football or Indian football. No, it will really improve Indian football. Why? Because see, Jobby Justin यहाँ से पैदा हुआ because उसको मौका इतना मिला. Now सुनील छेत्री क्यों बना? Because सुनील छेत्री जिस भी क्लब में खेला है उसको 90 मिनट्स मिले ही मिले हर गेम में. कभी वो बेंच पे नहीं बैठा. जिस प्लेयर को गेम टाइम मिलेगा वो इंप्रूव करेगा ही करेगा. और इंडियन स्ट्राइकर्स को गेम टाइम कब मिलेगा? जब 4 फॉरनर होंगे. सो दैट अगर तो वो, हाँ, कई क्लब ऐसे हैं कि जो 4 फॉरनर में भी 2 फॉरनर स्ट्राइकर रखें और 2 सेंटर बैक रख ले. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द क्लब्स डोंट डू दैट. Then always there's one chance for an Indian striker to get game time. So if one guy is getting game time, one guy is on the bench, then 2 strikers are at least getting game time per team. Into 10 teams is 20 Indian strikers getting game time. Compared to ISL, you'll have only 4 or 5 strikers getting game time. For example, Jobby Justin went to ATK and where is he? No game time at all. And he had the best form of his life, the best season he was ever having. And after that, they just benched him. So another question. Sorry, I'm reading out all the questions to the anchors. This is very, very great questions your guys are asking, man. So Arijit Banerjee. So I'm too visionary about Indian sports. I hope not right now. I'll call myself a true visionary when India is qualified for the World Cup. So how I see Indian sports in 5-10 years, why it can only get better. Why? Because the situation we are in right now and what has been happening for the last few years, you've seen that a lot of leagues have come in and started doing well. Now in Japan, football is the 3rd most popular sport. First is baseball and sumo wrestling, and sumo number 1 and baseball number 2 or something. The 3rd is football. And no corporates actually own teams in Japan. But still they do so well because उनका plan क्या था? They planned that 2050 में हम World Cup जीतेंगे. 1990 में plan किया था. 60 साल पहले. ये planning है उनकी कि वो बच्चे के grand parents ने बोला कि मेरे जो grand children है ना वो जिताएंगे World Cup. ये planning होती है. Whereas इंडिया में हमारा जो प्रेसिडेंट है प्रफुल्ल पटेल 2014 में कहता है 2018 में क्वालिफाई होंगे, 2018 में कहता है 22 में होंगे और 22 में अब कह रहा है 26 में होंगे. So unless we have a long-term plan, that's why with Minerva we have this World Cup match. We are planning to get into the World Cup by 2034. Hopefully by making sure that 8 boys, 10 boys are playing in the Premier League all over the world. If they have all of 2 boys playing in the German League, 1 in the French League, 1, 2 in the Premier League, automatically हमारी जो Indian team इतनी strong बनेगी, जो Asian Cup में जो पहुंचेगी, but World Cup में भी लेगी.
सो सर आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा ये कि एक प्लान आप फंडामेंटली, और ऐसे बोला भी जाता है कि सबसे ज़्यादा टाइम यूजुअली इट इज टेकन टू डू द प्लानिंग, एंड वंस द प्लान इज सॉलिड, वो फाउंडेशन अगर बन जाता है तो वी कैन एग्जीक्यूट इट वेरी इजीली. सो सर आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो है, अगेन वन ऑफ आवर फुटबॉल enthusiasts, and he is a very senior person, is a very expert in this team, and he is a member of JRSM as well. He will be asking you a question, and उसके बाद I request the live audience कि आप लोग अब नेक्स्ट 5 मिनट्स के लिए कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चंस करो जिसका हम लोग एक लाइन में आंसर दे सकते हैं, एज इफ यू वांट टू नो सर बेटर, तो उनका फेवरेट कुछ आप पूछो कि उनका फेवरेट कुछ चीज क्या है, एंड वील बी टेकिंग अप योर क्वेश्चंस एंड विल बी कमिंग बैक टू बैक. सो ऑडियंस प्लीज गियर अप. और नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम प्रोबेट.
सर आई कांट हियर. सर आपका अनम्यूट है.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Bajaj.
गुड इवनिंग प्रवीता, हाउ आर यू?
Fine. How are you? Doing fine?
हाँ भाई, अभी तो ठीक है दादा.
ठीक है. Sir, please tell me one thing. I want to you just share your experience about when the national records were done.
When the national records, sir?
Records. When you are in the national records.
Oh,
at the time of the national
okay.
records.
Okay, Praveer sir.
Your
So,
experience.
sir, it was thank you for asking this question, and in fact, you for all the viewers who later on you can actually go and see it on YouTube. This record. This was, see, I had gone for mountaineering, and my aim was to go and climb Mount Everest, which was the highest mountain in the world. So while training for that mountain, we were in a mountain right next to that called Mount Pomori, which is around 7,300 meters. Mount Pomori in Nepalese means daughter of Mount Everest. So right on the base of Mount Everest, there's a glacial lake which is frozen 24 hours a day, except for 10 minutes at 12 o'clock, it becomes little bit slushy. So no one has gone that lake. Why? Because apparently after 10 seconds, you go into hypothermic shock and you die. Humans can't do it. But we came to know a foreigner, Gora, had come there 1 year before us, and he had swum that lake for, instead of 8-10 seconds, which became that time a Guinness record for the highest altitude swim by a human being in the coldest waters. बट मैं ऐसा बंदा था जो ना स्विमर था, मतलब हाँ स्विमिंग पूल में स्विमिंग की हुई थी, बट अदरवाइज स्विमर नहीं था ना. आई लाइक कोल्ड वाटर. इनफैक्ट मेरी कोल्ड वाटर से इतनी फटती है कि आजकल गर्मियां हैं और तब भी मैं गर्म पानी से नहाता हूँ, तो मेरी इतनी फटती है. बट and I was a mountaineer, okay, I had never trained there, but somebody told me that a Gora has done it, and I said if a Gora can do it, an Indian can do it, and I don't need to be a swimmer, and I just have to last there for 11 seconds, and I know I can do it. And because I believed in myself, guys, I did it, and I did it for 11 seconds, broke his record. It became an Asia Book of Records, National Limca Book of Records for the highest altitude swim in the coldest waters ever by an Asian. Now, why? Because was am I a great person? नहीं, मैं बता रहा हूँ, मेरे ठंडे पानी में नहाने से फटती है अभी गर्मियों में. So how? It's about belief. Unless you believe in yourself, you can't do anything. But if you believe in yourself, you can achieve the impossible. And that's how I showed myself. Once I did that in my life, there was no fear of anything, because I know that I can believe to do anything. ये नहीं है कि you have to beat fear for the rest of your life, कि मैं आज हर रोज नहाने में भी ऐसे करूंगा कि मैं नहा लूंगा ना. उस टाइम के लिए बिलीव करना है. And that is what is the same belief in football. I believe 90% of the matches are won before you enter the field, just with your confidence. For example, if a striker in practice one day before has missed 5 penalties, I can bet you my life in the match, if he gets a penalty, he will miss it. But if a striker has been scoring a goal every single match for the last 5 matches, that is known as form. That is known as confidence. And that is what counts. So it's all about believing in yourself. That's it.
So we have, thank you for that answer, and again, thank you, Probeda, for that question. And Divan Das has asked, any player who can play in abroad in the coming years? So any name that
Yes,
strikes your
I
mind
think
right now?
I have one name to you guys, Himanshu Jangra, who is going to be playing in Calcutta really soon in for Mohammedan Sporting. I think he can really go and play because see, we don't have a. When people say when is the next Sunil Chetri coming, I think that boy will be the next Sunil Chetri. Yes, that has to be done because only if he gets game time. If he gets enough game time, like we gave him last year and Mohammedan Sporting is planning to do this year, he will mature into something which is top class. And I have great
Yes,
players
sir.
coming up from my junior batch. That means the ones who are just 6, 7, 8 year old, who you will see within 10 years playing for the biggest clubs in the world. That I can
They are
guarantee.
the future, in fact. They are the future, and this is the planning that we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier.
The
So we have another question.
Swapnajit Banerjee is asking about your opinion about our national team head coach. He's asking for your
See, our
opinion.
national team head coach right now is doing the right thing if they give him one more year or if they give him 2 more years. But if they keep on firing coaches after every year, there is no point. Then a foreign coach can never make it. अगर आपने हर साल ही कोच चेंज करना है तो आप इंडियन कोच लगाओ. Why? Because he is able to understand everything very fast. Foreign coach को एक साल लग जाता है to come and adjust to a country which is not his fault. Even if you go to his country, आपको भी एक साल लग जाएगा adjust करने में. तो जब तक वो
Right.
adjust करता तब तक आप निकाल देते हो. So you have to give him time. Any coach which comes in, you have to give him time, and you have to give him a free hand. So people say that they have this thing that I am the one telling my coaches. No, I give them a very big free hand. I just demand results that I do. But where their coaching is concerned, I give them a very big free hand. So I want more young coaches like Yan Law, like Sachin Badade, like Harpreet Bedi, who's with me, and in fact, even great coaches like you've got great coach Bibiano. All these guys can go on to become great international coaches. Means people who will take India to the next level.
So, sir, before the next question is taken, I would like to first of all take your permission on something. So, we had promised our audience that you will be here with us for 60 minutes, but it seems that somebody like you, it is like 60 minutes are not enough to know you. So, with your permission, we would like to extend the show a bit beyond 60 minutes. So, if you could give
Yeah,
us 15, 20
I'm
more
I'm
minutes.
I'm I'm having a great time, so you can. I'm always love to be with the Mariners, so no problem. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, Shoru, you can please take up the next question.
So the next question is from one of our members. Is Orpunda is asking, do you have any plan to set up an academy in Kashmir?
See that in fortunately in Kashmir, at least there are clubs and academies. There is JNK Bank, there is Lone Star Kashmir, there is now Real Kashmir FC, and there are one or two other teams, United Jammu. So Jammu में भी एक दो teams आई हैं. I would love to start a club in Ladakh more than Kashmir because Kashmir has got the backing of the government and they are supporting them. It will do well. They've got junior leagues kar lega. Same way, Jammu has started now doing well. So probably a club in Jammu or maybe even Ladakh. That's the place where I want to bring football to the northernmost area. That will be great.
And now Shayak Ghosh is saying, hi Ranjit sir, one of your academy player, Makan Chote, will play for Asian Champions League this time. So how's the feeling, sir?
The feeling is unbelievable. I'm so proud of my Chote. In fact, people don't know this in the under 18 I League. He was playing the under 18 I League and the I League together at the same time. And in the quarterfinals, we were playing against one of the team, I think Kerala Blast or somebody, and he got into some epileptic kind of a shock. And I was there, and I gave him CPR, and he stopped breathing. Okay, and it was the biggest shock of my life. In fact, didn't he? Not only did he become okay, he got okay. He came back and he scored in the semi-final and he scored in the final and he became the highest scoring player there. Then he went on to score in the I League also and assist also. He had, I think, 4 assists and 2 goals. And in the final, we played FC Goa, and FC Goa was led by Clifford Miranda, and he was able to see Clifford Fernandez. So he was able to see this guy play against him and totally decimate the FC Goa players. Single-handedly, he made us win that match. I think that is the reason when FC Goa decided that this is the boy we want. Then after that, when FC Goa was looking for this player, I always told him that yes, you must go to this club. Why? Because now Champions League is something higher. He's at look at his age. He's 18 now, and he has not only played for an I League club, he has also played in the AFC Cup, and now he's going to play for an ISL team, and he's going to play in the Champions League. So how many 19-year-olds have played in the AFC Cup and the Champions League and I League and ISL? And he can call himself an I League champion because he was with us then. He can call himself an under 18 champion and an under 15 champion. So already at this age, he has 3 national titles with him.
And now we have Arnab Mukherjee. He is asking for your views about the Mohun Bagan and ATK merger.
See, by the views before this merger, I mean, merger was there when merger happened, but we were not sure whether Mr. Goenka will keep our colors and keep the logo of our club and the emblem of the club. And then I was not sure about it. In fact, I had one of my first webinars when the lockdown happened was with the Delhi Mariners, I remember. And there I made an appeal to Mr. Goenka with my folded hands from the people and the fans of football of India that you have a chance to be a hero now, that you can be a legend for the rest of your life as long as you keep the colors of Mohun Bagan. You have to keep the maroon, you have to keep the green, you cannot touch that. You cannot touch the emblem. And if you keep the identity, the Mohun Bagan fans will pay you back 10 times more, because if you talk about support, if you talk about monetary faida, if you talk about sponsors, it will only help make it a bigger brand, never destroy it. And he actually listened to the fans. So I think it is a great. See, the only sad part is with Punjab, when I sold Minerva Punjab, I took out Minerva and made sure Minerva is still there and we have an academy. And then I bought another club and another club. Whereas with this, 2 big, huge giants have become one club. So somewhere or the other, we have lost 30 senior footballers, 30 under 18, 30 under 15 and under 13, plus all the coaches who were with them, staff who were with them, physios who were with them. So it is actually a loss for Indian football, but it is a great thing for Mohun Bagan because it's a great new start for you guys. And here you can now go and compete and be the best in Asia, which you should be competing for on a daily basis. So how do you look at it? See, either you can look at it ke ye merger hua hai. I would look at it as ke tum logon ko permanent sponsor mil gaya. नाम तो लगाना पहले मैकडॉवल का भी पड़ता था, तो अब क्या है, हर साल अलग नाम लगाने की जगह एक नाम एटीके लगेगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट स्पॉन्सर you are financially taken care of for the rest of your lives. So no problem, no big deal at all. It's a great thing.
Now we will have another question from one of our members, and then again we'll go back to the live viewers. So can I please invite Mriganka to join us and ask this question, please? Okay, again, I think there is some connectivity issue. So things are very much uncertain. So we were having few live questions previously. So I request the host please feature those live questions if possible, so that we can take those questions. In the meantime, so yes, we have the question
Yeah.
ready. So we were live with Arjun Award winner Sandesh Jingan few hours back. So how do you feel that a footballer has won this award?
I feel so proud and elated that Sandesh has won this award. In fact, there is no more deserved winner than Sandesh Jingan for this award. He deserves it totally. In fact, I hope he goes on and gets the Khel Ratna also one day. That means he does so much for India and does so well for India that one day Sandesh Jingan gets the Khel Ratna as well. It's a great moment for all footballers because it shows that if you do well in football, you're recognized by the government. It matters, and he was very proud. His parents were very proud, and has given him motivation to do even better now. Same way, I'm very proud that Sukhvinder sir, has also got the Dhyan Chand Award because for being one of the greatest coaches India has ever produced. He's only the third ever coach to have got that award, and he was one of the most successful Indian coaches we've ever got. And that's why I always want to support Indian coaches, and because we Indians can do miracles if just people trust us and give us a platform to perform.
Here, Sujoy Mohanbagani Chakraborty is asking a question. Sir, what are your views about Kibu Vikuna?
Sujoy Mohan Bagani Chakravarti. His name is only Mohan Bagani. Okay. Sujoy, what a lovely name. What's my view about Kibu Vikuna is that he is. See, people keep on talking about I League and ISL. That shows how much respect ISL has for I League. Why? Because they number one they keep on signing I League players, but now they've signed an I League coach. Why? Because that coach went and had a season which is unheard of in Indian football, especially in the I League, where the league is so competitive that every year at least 4 or 5 teams are in the fray to win the championship for the last 5 years. वहां पे जाके one-sided decimation of the entire opposition and outplaying them, and it's not that it was that you had great, very expensive players like you've had in the last 4 years, including Sunny Node. जितना Sunny Node का budget था, उसमें आपके चारों foreigners थे इस बारी. And in fact, even then, your team was much better at this time. Why? Because the coach tactics, he was a master tactician. The entire team with him was good. In fact, people don't know this. Mohan Bagan ka jo goalkeeping coach hai, used to be my teammate in the under-19 India. So I used to also be goalkeeper. He used to be goalkeeper, and he's the goalkeeping coach of Mohan Bagan. Dipankar Chatterjee used to be there. He is my teammate from India.
Thank you, sir. Now I think we have Mriganka with us. So certainly a technical glitch should not come in the way between a fan and a legendary figure. So let's call upon Mriganka to ask his question.
Hello, sir. This is Mriganka. Am I audible?
Hi, Mriganka. How are you, bhai?
I'm fine. I had a couple of questions for you, actually. Like, I mostly follow your activities in Twitter. Like, I strongly admire your activities, like regarding football. So, I had a question for you. Like, you also run a cricket academy. So, previously you also run a football academy as well. Like even now, maybe you are running. So like I want to know what inspiration you are getting. Means what was your thought basically behind that to run the football academy? Because see, like you also know, like in India, football is kind of like treated as a second game behind cricket. Previously, the scene was quite different, but now it is quite different. Although there, even after the Under 17 World Cup, things are quite same. So, like,
Mriganka, listen, I'll be honest with you. So people don't know this. I was also with the Indian senior cricket team, and I have done 7 test matches and 21 Mondays as the manager of the Indian senior cricket team. Under 3 different captains I've served. And if somebody asks me even today, would you like to see a cricket match of the best players playing or a 90-minute football match, I would always go for a football match because probably I would go to sleep within a cricket match. Guaranteed. And it's from the heart I'm speaking. And my boys are currently playing in the IPL. That means Shubman Gill, who's KKR is mine, Siddharth Kaul is mine, Gurkirat Maan, Manan Vora, Abhishek Sharma, Manpreet Dhoni. All these boys have been born and brought up from our academy. But football has been my love. So I was explaining right in the beginning that, we need to be world champion in a sport which is played by the entire world. That means 215 countries are members of FIFA. And in the UN, there are only 190 countries. But still, in FIFA, there are more countries than the UN.
Yes.
So that shows football. And how many countries are playing cricket, man? 10, 12. Usme se I was telling the Mariners that one is Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan,
Yeah,
Nepal.
including associate countries. Yeah, around
Exactly.
20.
So don't be a world champion in that sport and be happy. Try to be successful in a sport which is played by the entire world, and then you get the respect of the entire world.
Yeah.
Now, my aim is being a footballer myself, an international
Hmm.
footballer who played for India under 19, and my dream was that always to see India in the World Cup, which is not only my dream, it is a dream of every single Indian football fan. There is no Indian football fan which does not have this dream. And that is the only single dream which is shared by the entire country. One single dream. And I have dedicated my life towards making sure that dream comes true. So until and that, I will die a very, very happy man. The day India reaches the semi-final or the final of a World Cup, I'll die a very, very happy man. And I don't want to participate in World Cups. I want to go to the final. That's the aim.
Shoro, you are on mute. Shoro, I guess you are on mute.
Why you on?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, our live viewer, Shayon Sinha Roy, is asking you a question. Sir, please say about the I-League winning celebration of Mohun Bagan in 2014-15. I-League, how's it?
Hi, Shayan Sinha bhai. I think it was one of the greatest celebrations India has ever seen. The roads were blocked for kilometers. Just the procession took 5 hours to reach the Madan. I mean, it was brilliant. And I am so sad that this year, because of this COVID, the celebrations could not happen. And I'm so sad that I was not able to give the guard of honor from my team to Mohun Bagan. So that's why we made sure a couple of weeks ago we released a video of a virtual guard of honor for Mohun Bagan, so that all the players are standing there and just clapping like this in our shirt, so that it's a virtual guard of honor. So hopefully this team will be honored by future generations of Mariners again and again, because a title is a title. So just because not being able to celebrate it now, it doesn't mean you not celebrate it later. Celebration तो करनी है और बड़ी मेजर होगी कोविड खत्म होने दो.
So we
Here,
have another
Tushnik
question.
is, yeah, Aishwarya, please go on.
Yes, so Tushnik is asking, do you think, sir, after Sunil Chhetri, our nation can produce any forward or player who has that much of potentiality?
See, like I was just talking about him, Himanshu Jangra, and Kushnik, you've just asked the question I answered right now, that I do truly believe that Himanshu has all the qualities which it takes to become a truly international level striker. Because at this age, at this age, he is 5 times better than what Sunil Chhetri was at 16. And if he keeps it at the same level, he will go a long way. It all depends on his now how much game time he gets.
Here, Durlab Dey is asking a question. Sir, Indian football industry has a tremendous business potential, especially in the broadcasting market and sponsorship. So, what do you think? What structural changes do we need?
See, first, I think Durla, that's a very, very good question. It has a tremendous business potential. In fact, I have become the first Indian club owner to actually sell a club and make a profit of it within 5 years. Why? Because I knew how to spend the money. I was the first ever Indian club to get a long-term sponsorship deal from a multinational company, Apollo. I was the first Indian club to actually start selling players and make profits out of my junior academy players. So it's a viable bloody business. Then, problem with the structural changes required is broadcasting. Unfortunately, the entire world where football clubs make money from is broadcasting rights, TV rights. Whereas in the ISL, Star Sports owns 35% of ISL. So never will there be a bidding war where you will see thousands of crores being spent and then clubs getting richer by hundreds of crores. Why? Because they've got a windfall. So English Premier League में उनको $1 billion मिलते हैं और वही वाले पैसे जाके trickle down करते हैं. सो जो प्रीमियर लीग के पैसे हैं वो फोर्थ डिवीजन क्लब को भी 10-15 हजार पाउंड मिल जाते हैं, सो दैट दे आर एबल टू रन देयर थिंग. नाउ दैट्स हैपनिंग इन द आईपीएल, but it can never happen in. That's why kabaddi mein abhi all the kabaddi owners have gone against the structure, because the same thing was happening in Star Sports. Their value is much more, but the Star Sports owns the channel. Now when you have a broadcaster owning it, that is why you can't even demand for them to show us football. Channel number 3 उन्होंने फुटबॉल बनाया है, बट तब भी आज तक फुटबॉल नहीं, बस आईपीएल ही चलता रहता है. रात के 10 के बजे के बाद वो 2 प्रोग्राम ना दाने पा देते हैं हम सबको. And we are supposed to be happy with that. And then they want us to support them throughout the time. Now, just before the ISL starts, 5 days before that, they'll start showing this. Whereas it is supposed to keep engaged throughout. So if the broadcaster doesn't care, we are never going to get forward. So we need to go out of that system.
So thank you for answering.
Yeah, Ashwin,
We
please.
have another question. Sir, before I take this question, actually, what we have noticed is आप constantly एक बात आपकी मतलब सारे बातों से झलकती है. That is, you never settle with limiting yourself in anything. मतलब कुछ भी आप अगर करेंगे, so that should not be in a way कि आप अपना freedom उसमें नहीं दिखा सकते हो. So I'll get back to you on this point, but before that, let me take this question from Shamabruto Mohan Bagan. What are the things that made you love Mohan Bagan and Mariners?
Thank you, Samrata, again. See, but the favorite moments I would describe in my life, yes, it would be winning the I-League title, the junior I-League titles, yes. But it would also be that day when I got a standing ovation from over 40,000 Mohan Bagan fans, because I went around the stadium and I clapped for them, and they all stood up and clapped back. And I don't think ever in the history of Indian football any opposition club owner has got so much of love and respect. And this has happened from the very first season. For some reason, Mariners and me have had a very, very deep and special, lasting bonding love. In fact, I can say for a guarantee fact that Mariners definitely love me more than they love their own officials in Mohan Bagan. Guaranteed, I can say. And that's the kind of love I share with them. So I know that Calcutta is my home as well because of the Mariners. And that's why I always never regret to say Joy Mohan Bagan.
Very well said, sir. And I think only a true, passionate person like you can command that sort of a love and respect from a team. So we have with us Shomita once again. He'll be connecting and he'll be asking your question, and then we'll go back to the live question.
Hello, Somidha, are you there? Again,
Okay,
I think there is some
you can take
technical
the
glitch.
live question.
Yeah,
Okay.
Samidha is here, I think.
Yeah, actually, I was present. I was present on the day you mentioned at Salt Lake Stadium, and that was a great moment. Actually, we Calcuttans are passionate about football, and your passion matches our passion. That's why we have congratulated you and your efforts, sir. So
Thank you.
I would like.
It was one of the best moments of my life, Shamita. Thank you so much for the love.
Sir, I had wanted to ask one more question. That AFC has already mentioned that ISL should have four foreign player slots, but the FSDL and the franchises are opposing it. So how you view that, and what should AIFF do?
See, it's
in
not
this
only AFC. Our national team coach also says the same thing. And if you ask people who are playing in the Indian football team like Sunil Chetri and Sandesh Jhingan, they also say the same thing. So who are the people who are not saying it? FSDL. So that means, are they doing it for footballing interest or for commercial interest? Now all of us can come to know that they're doing it for commercial interest. So when we know that commercial interests take over footballing interest, that's where there's a problem. So that should never happen. And in fact, you should listen to your national coach, you should listen to your captain, you should listen to the best football minds there are in the country who are saying the same thing again and again, that it's hurting Indian football. And you can see it. Sunil Chetri, everybody is saying Now Himanshu is 16, so he's not going to replace Chetri right now. Or even if that is, and that is also we are hoping and praying that he does. मतलब जो अगला बंदा हम देख रहे हैं वो 16 साल का देख रहे हैं जो सुनील को रिप्लेस करेगा, तो चांस ही नहीं है. अगर गलती से ना रिप्लेस किया तो हम तो गए. And that is happening only because of this. Whereas if our strikers for the last 5 years were given equal time in the ISL, I can guarantee you that yes, maybe not as good as Sunil Chetri, but we would have produced at least 2-3 strikers who we could say that fine can replace him for some time. Abhi to it looks, the cupboard looks totally bare. अगर cupboard खोलते हो दिखता ही नहीं है कोई.
So we have already seen the kind of vocal tonic that you give to your teams, and here we have Miganko Roy. He is asking about the background preparation for the title-winning team of Minerva Punjab, as there
Thank you.
was no
But sir,
marquee
before you
player in
answer
that team.
that, sir, before you answer that, I would, I think Shomita has one more question. I want
Oh,
Yes,
to
okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay. I'm sorry, Samita.
Yes, sir. No, no. It may be a little controversial question, but
no, no, no. I
BCCI.
have no controversial questions with me. I love them. I'm always open to all questions.
No, actually, a few years ago, BCCI and Indian cricket was in turmoil, and some Amitabh Chaudhary, you know him actually,
Yeah.
has gone to the court and brought the resignation of the BCCI secretary. Now, should something like this, a crusade should be launched against the IFF? Should it be done? Is
See,
it the call of the
Samit,
hour?
I'll tell you right now what is happening is that even the courts are not able, somehow in India, even the courts are unable to get him out. The nationals, right now, AIFF is a zero body. No, I'm not saying it because they're actually a zero body because of Reliance. I mean, they are a zero body because um, the national sports federations are all de-recognized by All India Football Federation. Why? Because they're not following the national sports code. अब क्या प्रॉब्लम है इनको स्पोर्ट्स कोड से इनको ये प्रॉब्लम है कि जो भी लोग वोट कर रहे हैं एज क्लब मेंबर्स इन स्टेट एसोसिएशंस दे शुड बी एक्टिव पीपल, और वो सारे नकली क्लब्स हैं और वो इसलिए बनाए हुए हैं सो दैट उनके बंदे बने रहें, सो दैट उनके बंदे आगे जाके वहां पे वोट करें और उनको प्रेसिडेंट बनाएं. सो the national sports code also say you cannot hold on to the president's post like it's your घर की मुर्गी. And still the point is power इतनी ज्यादा इनको important है that they are willing to let AIFF be de-recognized by the government of India than to just adhere to the national sports code, which has already been done by BCCI. So if BCCI can do it, you can damn well do it. And that is the problem. So we need them to make sure that the national sports code is followed and the court has to intervene. So hopefully with the COVID situation improving, if they don't do this, court will take action. And we were hoping that the new constitution, which is going to be approved by AIFF, by the court, comes out, because that constitution says very clearly in the meeting that they cannot be a private owner of a league. The league, top league, अगर तुम उसको कहोगे कि हमारी इंडिया की top league है, it has to be given, ownership has to be given back to AIFF. Yes, you can sponsor the league, but you can't own the league. It is conflict of interest.
Definitely, sir. And now we will take a question from Riganko Roy. He is asking about the background preparation of the title-winning team. I mean, how could you manage to win the championship without even a marquee player on the team?
Bhai, that was because it's a very strange thing that if you make a team according to your budget, कि ये ना देखो कि player कौन सा अच्छा है, ये देखो कि तुम्हारा budget कितना है, उसके हिसाब में कौन आ रहा है. अब उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ा to make sure I compete? I had to personally make sure I watch over 300 hours of videos. That is how I was able to find all these players. That is why I found Chencho, I found William Apoku, I found Kasim Adara, I found Kiran Limbu, I found Eric Dano, and all 5 of these players used to cost me less than $5,000 a month. All 5 of them. That means at the same year, Mohan Bagan was paying something like 4 crores to Sunny Node. Now, It's about a team. That means it's not one man, it's about a team. And if you tell the team that the only way तुम्हारा अगले साल कोई इंडिया में चांस है is if you shine, कि तुम्हारी लाइफ डिपेंड करती है इस पे, यहाँ पे पैसे तो तुम्हारे को मिल नहीं रहे हैं, अगले साल मिल सकते हैं किसी और क्लब में जाके अगर तुम्हारी इस साल परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी रही. So their life depended on it because there was the first time they were coming to India. Whenever you bring a player for the first time in a country, he will always do well. For example, this year, all my foreigners which I brought were from outside, except Dika, because he was tried and tested here. And all the foreigners who were brought from outside did really well. Sergio Barbosa, Danilo, and him. And so Dika did really well. And then in the beginning, when we had a centre back, he did really well. So it was how your scouting and selection is. And the same way, Yan Law really had. So I got another, I think, question from your live view. Krishna Thakur says your views on Yan Law. I think Yan Law is the one to watch for the future as the Indian national senior team coach. I guarantee that within 5 years, he will become that. Why? Because his performances will be so brilliant and great that no one will be able to keep him away. For example, I'll tell you that from then they'll mark this word later. I can guarantee you that Mohammedan Sporting will win the second division I League. I can guarantee you they'll be promoted to the I League. And if they actually keep the same coach, the chances of them winning the I League are very, very high. That's how good Yan Law is.
So
Next, we have
we
a
have another
question.
question. Indranil Roy.
Yeah,
Yes.
Aishwarya, please
So
carry on.
grassroots or franchisee, what should get priority in Indian football?
Hi, Daniel. Thank you so much for asking this, guys, because this is the most important thing. Grassroots totally. Agar franchisee system hota to take you further, then China would be doing very well because they have a total system of franchise, and we can't even come near to the amount of money they spend. So I really think that unless you work on your grassroots, there's no way you can reach anywhere near the top. Grassroots has to be number one priority. In fact, the amount of money which is being spent on top should be spent on the bottom, and automatically within 10 years, forget about कि तुमने 5 साल क्या फुटबॉल जीतनी है. अगर इंडिया को टॉप 10, टॉप 20 में जीतना है, देखना है, तो we need to start spending serious money on the grassroots.
Thank you, sir. And the next question, actually, I'm very excited about the next question. It is one of our friends, from our friends, actually, and the same question struck my mind as well. So there is a library over there, a mini library. So which is your favorite book? And if you could recommend any book?
See, I have a lot of favorite books. I am an avid reader. I go through at least 7 newspapers a day, and I love reading. In वैसे my favorite book of all times, see, in footballing language, my favorite coach is Marcelo Bielsa, who's the coach of Leeds United, and I follow him like he's my god. I really have a lot of respect for him. So all his books are my favorite. I learned a lot from Sir Alex Ferguson's book on leadership because it doesn't even give you leadership skills on the field but outside as well. Then there are other books which you'll see here on the bottom end when you see that Soccer-matics is here, which is one of my favorite books. And the Inverting the Pyramid, the history of football tactics. That is really, really one of my favorite books as well. And then these days, what I'm reading is, this is the first one, which is Extreme Ownership. That means how US Navy SEALs lead and win. That's my book these days, what I'm reading.
Thank you, sir. Actually, there are some
Thank you
novels.
for the question, Megha.
Yeah, so Megha, I think you are very happy right now, and even I am happy for that matter. Sure, please go on with the next question.
Okay, so we have Samabrato Mohan Bagani Bag. He is asking, is Mr. Ranjit Bajaj wants more Ranjit Bajaj in Indian football?
Yes, bhai, very much. I want 1,000 Ranjit Bajaj and 100 Minervas, because with one Tata Football Academy, then that now not producing anything, then one Minerva, we're not going to achieve it. When we have 100 Minervas or 100 Ranjit Bajaj doing what I am doing, and I believe that's what I was doing with AFCAI. We've launched an association called Football Clubs and Academies Association of India. And we've also launched a volunteer wing. So this is my appeal to all the Marino fans who want to help Indian football to register themselves there. Because if they do that, we will be able to, even if they can, we will give you duties according to your strengths and whenever you require it, whenever you want to help. But you will be on that group, and because of you, we'll be able to reach to those many people. So please join AFCI, and it's a great opportunity to tell everybody. Oh my God, I just seen a question from there called from Sudipto Kalrar, who is saying if ATK MB offered you to join as a manager, what will you do? See, that would be a great honor because I would love to serve an iconic club as Mohun Bagan, ATK Mohun Bagan now, but Mohun Bagan as a servant, as a ball boy, as anything. Why? Because it's a legacy. See, there is nothing. Indian football is nothing without Mohun Bagan. And if Mohun Bagan wouldn't have been there, and for that matter, East Bengal, there would have been only 10% of Indian football left in the history books. 90% is taken up by these two giants. So serving them in any capacity would be my greatest honor.
Okay. So next we have a question from Saurabh Chatterjee. Sir, your favorite player. So I would like to modify it like that. Your current favorite player and your all-time favorite player.
No. So I want to even make another modification to that and ask you, Indian or foreigner?
So both.
Okay. Junior or senior?
So as you like.
Okay, so I'll tell you. Saurabh, thank you so much for the question. My favorite current Indian player has to be one of my boys. So either it has to be Himanshu Jangra or Anwar Ali. And my current favorite player in the Indian team right now has to be Sandesh Jhingan by far. In the past, I think nobody more than Chunida showed us what a real legend is, because playing cricket and football, people don't know that he's played top level cricket as well, and playing that at that level is a great thing to do. So I don't think anybody can beat Chunida's thing. Like, he's probably the Dhyan Chand of football. And in foreigners, I really don't see. I have a lot of foreigners I like, but none of them are favorites. My favorites have to be all Indians.
So we have. So this is the question before we dive on to our next question. So, like I said, that you have a very diverse life and nothing can bind you. So, from where do you get this motivation? Even in the tips that you were sharing, that go and learn something, even if it takes one day at a time. So, you go ahead and learn. So, from where, since when this mindset has.
See, from the time I came to know that you're in life, we should stop trying to compete with everybody else. Because we have to learn that your only competition is you, matlab ourselves. And that is not only, see, I'm not trying to limit you. I'm trying to say, even if you want to be world champion, your competition is you. Say, sir, I want to be the fastest man in the world. Okay. Who's the fastest man? Usain Bolt. What is his timing? 9.58. What is your timing? 100 meters. Sir, my timing is 12 seconds. So tomorrow, will you beat 9.58 or 12? 12. 11.99. 11.98. 11.97. So if you are better than what you were yesterday on a daily basis, one day you will beat Usain Bolt. So in life, your only competition is you. And the easiest person to beat in life is you. Why? Who do you know the best? Yourself. And who can't you lie to? Yourself.
So here Kostap Das is asking a question. What do you think about Bengal football and Indian football?
Bengal football is the state we all look up to. Bengal is the Dada of football in India. And the Dada's best friend is Punjab. If you can come to know, Santosh Trophy has lost its significance now. But till 10 years ago, the best tournament to show anybody that you're a proper footballer used to be Santosh Trophy. And everyone used to play it. The maximum title Santosh Trophy is with Bengal. The second maximum titles after that is Punjab and then Manipur. So it just shows the importance of clubs in Indian football. और मगर Bengal is 37 and फिर Punjab आता 10-12 पे. So it shows that without Bengal football, there is no football. And from the earliest players, which were the greatest players in India, and even now, we've never had an Indian football team without Bengali boys there. And Bengalis and Punjabis have a great connect because we are very, very emotional people, Punjabis and Bengalis both. And we are people who are willing to die for our passion and our love. और Bengalis में भी वही है और Punjabi में भी वही है.
Both are
So
food lovers. Incredible.
yeah, exactly. It's great to. That's why we Bengalis and Punjabis get along very, very well.
So when you're saying about Indian football team and like Bengalis being everywhere in football in this scenario, so what happens is most often, like in the among Bengalis, what happens is the men are so indulged in football. Sometimes the women get agitated, and somewhere I heard in one of your shows that you were asked a question how you met ma'am, Henna ma'am, and what exactly attracted you. So I would ask you, like, I would ask you to highlight on that point, please. Like,
That's an awesome question to ask. Okay, thank you so much. See, the love of my life, Anna, I met her outside my her school and my school. मतलब हमारा market में उस time पे mobile phones नहीं थे. There used to be STDs. तो STD पे she used to go and talk. But उस time पे in class 11 and 12, we were just talking to boys on the thing. So the guy who used to own the STD called me up specially and told me, there's a girl here who's very, very pretty. बट मैं कहा सो व्हाट, तो प्रिटी है तो क्या हो गया? कहता बट नहीं भाई, वो ना लड़कों से फोन पे बात करती है. तो मैं कहा तो क्या हो गया? बट भाई सिर्फ फुटबॉल की बात करती है. मैं कहा क्या? कहता शी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट आर्सेनल एंड मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड एंड चेल्सी एंड द लेटेस्ट ट्रांसफर्स एंड द बेस्ट प्लेयर्स एंड द लेटेस्ट गोल्स बीइंग स्कोर्ड. मैंने कहा यार ये कुड़ी से तो मिलना पड़ेगा बॉस. And then when I saw her, and I fell more in love with her because not only was she great in football, she was a great person as well. In fact, all my achievements are because I found a partner like her who has supported me throughout, and I could have not done anything with me. I would have not even been 10% of who I was. So all the credit goes to my wife. And in fact, people don't know that she is the one who is responsible in forcing me to keep on going and starting this club and not giving up ever. And whenever I feel frustrated, which all football fans do after every 10 days, you want to bang your head on the wall. That's when she helps me and get out of it.
so definitely, so we are hoping next time Henna ma'am will be with you. We'll be definitely looking forward to
Definitely,
that.
I'll make sure of it. So she'll be there, and she'll also be saying Joy Mohan Bagan to all the lady
Definitely,
buddies.
We'd
definitely.
love to
So
host both of you together in our
It
platform.
will be my pleasure. It will be my pleasure to be the guest of LRSM, and especially, hopefully on the 10th foundation day, we are speaking again.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. So now we have the next question from Gaurav Chakraborty. He's asking, sir, how do you differentiate between Mohun Bagan and East Bengal fan?
भाई earlier the difference was very, very easy to make. एक मुझे बहुत प्यार करते थे और एक मुझे बहुत गाली निकालते थे, तो difference is very, very easy. But now I have started getting more love from them as well. Why? Because they have also seen that I have never been against their club and I have always been for Indian football. And now because they don't see me as a rival anymore, earlier they used to see me as a rival. And we have a kind of a better record against East Bengal than Mohun Bagan because हमारी वहाँ पे थोड़ी खुंदक वाले मैच होते थे. So they hold us responsible for making them lose at least 3 titles in the last 4 years. In some way or the other, एक बार हम खुद जीत गए, एक बार कहते हमने हरवा दिया, एक बार हमने एक मैच उनको दूसरा हरवा दिया. So it's a love-hate relationship with East Bengal, and with Mohun Bagan it's only love. But I've started getting more love from East Bengal, so it's a good thing. Hopefully ज़्यादा डंडे ना पड़े तो अच्छी बात है because they are known for beating up even their CEOs.
we have one more question. So please go ahead.
Okay, so we have a question from Durlabh De, saying most important elements for developing a culture of sports in India is a change in the mindset of Indian parents who typically discourage their children from spending too much time on sports. So, what you say is required to change the mindset?
See, is logic in is just logic. Okay, that the moment the parents see that कि मेरा बच्चा जिस sport में है, अगर चलो अच्छा भी हो जाए, इस sport में आगे career है, अगर आप मैथ्स में बिल्कुल टट्टू होगे तो आपके माँ बाप आपको इंजीनियर पुश नहीं करेंगे बनने के लिए, तो उनको पता है कि साला ये फेल हो जाएगा। ठीक है, सिंपल बात है, कुछ और पे पुश करेंगे। मगर जब लड़का अच्छा फुटबॉलर भी होता है तब भी उनको उठा के लेके कुछ और बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं, बिकॉज वो देखते हैं कि फुटबॉल में करियर कहाँ है। मगर अब पहले you had to make, if you wanted to make a career in football, you had to be playing for the Indian national team, तब जाके you could make enough money. Now you can play for a second division team or an I League team or a ISL team and still make good money to run your household. And then you have coaches, analysts, people running social media accounts, social media guys, graphic designers, everyone is making a living through football. So the more opportunities there are, the easier it will be for parents to leave the children and encourage them to play.
So, before we take the live question, or we can do one thing, we can go ahead with this live question. Uh, so, Shoro, please go ahead.
Okay, so the question is from Sudipto Kadar. Sir, if anyone wants to see Ranjit Bajaj and Anuj Gupta in a single screen, is it possible?
I would love it. Anuj Gupta is a very good friend of mine. Anuj Gupta is the owner of Sudeva. So he's a good friend of mine. And I've now, because I am now into Delhi football as well by owning Delhi FC. So hopefully you will be seeing me in a single screen with him very, very soon. It will be great to Sudipto. And it will be great to be here because both of us want the same thing. And he has made a great stride for Delhi because he's been able to get Sudeva into the I League and the first Delhi club ever to do that. By the way, people keep on forgetting Delhi League is a league which has given us Sunil Chetri. If there was no Delhi League, people would have not found Sunil Chetri. That's how important it is for us to make sure Delhi League does very well. And Anuj has been doing a great job, and I have just joined him, and I hope by joining also Shaji Prabhakaran, we can do something and make sure that Delhi football rises.
So, thank you for answering that. And before we ask the next question, I think we have one of our members, Rivu Chatterjee. He wants to ask you a question. So, kindly host give access to Rivu Chatterjee.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening हो गया भाई अभी तो आपको तो बोलना है हाँ भाई
सर थोड़ा देर पहले आप बोल रहा था कि ये आप एलेक्स फर्गूसन सर का कुछ बात बोल रहा था तो एज अ वर्ल्ड फुटबॉलर ही इज द वन ऑफ द सक्सेसफुल कोच ऑफ मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट हिम
This is a book I was talking about, leading, and
Yes, sir.
basically great. Not only Manu is a great leader. That means he has done so well that he has been able to get Mr. Alex this kind of knowledge. अब ये जो book की knowledge है ये आजकल colleges में पढ़ाते हैं as a leadership course for business people. That means same sports principles are used in business to do well. That's how good he was. So I try to take inspiration from him, and not only him, all the other coaches, especially like I said, Marcelo Bielsa is my favorite coach because he's a great tactician and he can actually make an average team better. So I like coaches who can make normal average teams actually better than they are. That means they're good coaches.
Thank you, sir. Rivu Chatterjee, thank you for that question. So we will now get back to the live question again. We have a question from Preetha Pai. She is actually one of the members of JRSM family only, and she has asked you, sir, do you have any future plan to start a junior academy in Bengal?
Hi Preeta, how are you? Thank you so much for asking me. It's a great question. I would love to open a junior academy in Bengal. In fact, I am just looking for a right school to partner up with So if there is any school watching who wants to partner up with Minerva and we will open up a world-class academy, I would love to do that because Bengal is my home as well. In fact, I was named after a Bengali. It's not a Punjabi wala Ranjit. It's actually a Bengali Ranjit. And my father is from used to be from the West Bengal cadre. His first posting was in Kalimpong. In fact, my mother was born in Calcutta, so my connection with Bengal is very very fast. So I would love to be there.
Thank you, sir. I think Preetha will be happy with the answer, and even all of us are happy with the answer. And one thing, sir, again, we are overshooting time by a lot, many minutes, and so, so we will definitely try to wrap up by 11 p.m. That's a promise from our side. So we will need some more time. So, with your permission, we would like to
Yeah,
take
so
this.
let's just no problem at all. But you can have. I mean, I think it's 10:30. अभी ये लोग इतना लंबा तुम्हारा शो देखेंगे भी 1 घंटा 40 मिनट
नहीं सर,
बोर
सब देख रहे हैं।
बोर नहीं हो जाएंगे सारे.
सर सारे क्वेश्चंस कर रहे हैं,
No way,
सबको
sir.
मतलब सब उतावले हैं क्वेश्चन करने के लिए।
Go
आंसर हमारा रैपिड राउंड भी है, रैपिड फायर राउंड,
on, go on. So
वो हम लोग
uh,
जाने नहीं देंगे आपको विदाउट दैट
no
रैपिड
problem.
फायर।
Go on. I'm loving to be here. Go on. I'm having
ओके,
great.
so Shoro, please take the question.
Okay, so before that, let me take a question from Marinus Sondipon. He is from Taiwan. He is asking, sir, what are the major deficiencies you think are stopping the Indian clubs with rich history to perform well in AFC or other leagues?
Hi, bhai, all the way from Taiwan. Great to talk to you. But see, bhai, the point, it's a great question. Why? Because earlier, 5 years ago, it was more important for the coach to win the I League title than to perform well in the AFC. I've seen so many times earlier when coaches used to take the second-rate team to go and play in the AFC and play with their first-rate team here because the title was on line. In fact, even Bangalore did it 2 or 3 times, and they were just lucky to get scrape pie last 2 years. So I believe that AFC should be more important than the I League. Why? Because you're representing your country there. And unless and until clubs understand that our country's ranking depends on our performance in the Asian competition, not your ranking, our country's ranking. So we need to focus on that, and we need to tell our federation to tell clubs to focus on that.
Okay, so we have another question. Sir, any Bengali player in your academy?
Oh yes, I have so many of them. I have so many of them. In fact, in my under 13 team to under 15 team to under 18 team to my senior team, there's always been Bengali. The longest boy who's ever been, I mean, from the very first year when I started my club, second division to I League, 4 years in I League, so 5 years, the player who has been with me throughout longest has been two Bengali boys. One is Sovic Class and the second is Moinuddin Khan. And now, when I have left the club, now Moinuddin has gone to Mohammedan Sporting and Sovic is staying on with Punjab FC. That's those are the boys in the senior team. But in the junior team, you've got boys like Krishna Das, who was in the under 13 team as a champion, and then you've got Subo. I mean, there's so many of them. In every team, there are Bengali boys. How can you have a football team without a Bengali boy?
Right, sir. And we discussed this earlier also. So,
So,
Shoro?
okay, so I think we have a rapid fire round lined up next.
Yep,
So, with your permission, we need to get into there.
let's
So,
get into it.
we will be asking.
One question
Okay.
by Foster Das. He's talking about Women's Football Academy. Yes, I am planning to do that as soon as AIFF say that they're going to have a proper women's league. When I say proper women's league, means more than 3 months or 4 months. So
And
Mr.
here, Swapnajit Banerjee is saying that if
you
you
will not
stay
be
the whole
bored.
night, we won't be bored.
I also, I see, and you talk to me about football the whole night. I'll talk to you about the whole night. I'll talk to you about 7 days straight. That's my life. That's my passion.
Okay, so sir, so with that, let's yeah, Aishwarya, carry on.
So yeah, the thing is, okay, we have another question. So I think the questions will keep coming, so let us keep this the one Bengal, Punjab, Goa, Kerala, or
Ah,
Northeast. Which
so
is
which is the key supply line at this time? At this time, sadly, it is not sadly, it is Northeast. Different times earlier, it used to be Bengal, and then sometime in the middle, it used to be Punjab. Then Kerala came up in the middle, but right now, the maximum people who are coming into the Indian football setup is from the Northeast. And why? It's very easy. Why? Because उनका grassroots best है. Because उनके बच्चे सिर्फ 5, 6, 7 साल से क्रिकेट या कोई और गेम नहीं खेलते, सिर्फ फुटबॉल खेलते. That's
so, sir. Before we move on to the okay, there are many fans in
I
Taiwan.
would love, so let me answer this question for you. Hi, bhai, I would love to visit Taiwan. It will be my greatest honor. And I would love to see the country. I've heard it's a beautiful country. And in fact, the kind of things it's doing, especially at this time, and fighting against the big bullies of China. I mean, I would love to be there and see the country and probably have dinner with you. Thank you, Vaskar. Thank you. I'm your brother, so you don't need to be a fan of me. So I'm like your brother. So let's go on with your rapid fire now.
Yes, sir. And before we
Yes,
go
sir.
on to the rapid fire, let me tell you, sir, that it's an honor to be speaking with you for us right now. But there are so many queries and so many, requests that are coming to our end. Like we are multitasking right now. You may have understood that. And one of our JRSM members, Durlab, he has actually written a shairi over here. And although I'm very bad at all these things, but I would like to just try to say that, Durga, please forgive me if I'm not doing justice. So he has written, बार बार आए ऐसी शाम जैसे गुजरी आज, फुटबॉल का नशा तो है ही, उसमें प्यार भरे रंजीत बजाज.
Thank you so much, Urva. That means so much to me, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, guys.
So, so without any more uh, delay, we will just move on to the rapid fire round. So,
So
Shoro,
here
you
in the
can
rapid,
take the questions.
okay,
Please explain to Sir how it will go.
okay.
Let him know
So,
the
sir,
rules.
here we will be asking you some quick questions, and you have to give the first answer that comes to your mind. So, no time
Done.
for thinking and just one word answer.
Done.
Okay, Ashwarya, please carry on.
Yes. So, first question is better diet or regular exercise?
Regular exercise.
Play to live or live to play?
Live to
No
play.
thinking, sir.
Live to play.
Live to play. Okay. Mach bhat or rajma chawal?
Pardon, come again?
Mach bhat, that is fish and rice, or
Oh,
rajma chawal?
March Bhat or Rajma Chawal. Depends on which March.
Okay. So,
So who's
favorite
won?
match? Favorite match?
See, that was just a question to ask you who's won the match. So पता लग रहा था कि क्या fish हो रही है उसके हिसाब से. So because of Punjabi, actually curry chawal, not even rajma chawal, not that, but curry chawal.
Okay, okay. So, Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, any day, Messi.
Mohammad Rafi or Kishore Kumar?
Kishore da.
रसगोल्ला और मिष्टी दई?
Rasgulla.
चक दे इंडिया और भाग मिल्खा भाग?
Bhag milka bhag.
भाग मिल्खा भाग और उड़ता पंजाब?
Bhag milka bhag.
Yes. So, युवराज सिंह और सौरभ गांगुली?
Oh, Dada, Saurav Ganguly. Any day. I was under him and I am not only a great fan, I know him as well. So it has. And Yuvraj is like my buddy. So I've grown up with him. So I don't need to talk to him about it. Dada is my Dada. Dada.
Okay, so on public demand, we have a question. Mohan Bagan or East Bengal?
See, the answer to this will always be Mohan Bagan. Always. Because the amount of love which I've got from you is like I am an honorary mariner. And the love will always be returned in the same fashion. So I will have nothing but love and respect for Mohan Bagan, always, always.
So there is a request. Please say something in Bengali.
Bengali में अब okay. मोहन बगान भालोबाशी.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So yes, we have another question. So sir, this is a bit different thing. We will tell you one word, and whichever word comes to your mind on listening that word, just say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Football,
Love.
life,
Hard work.
love.
Football.
We are doing cycles here. Okay. Dream,
World Cup.
nice, and passion.
Football.
Mohan Bagan,
Joy.
nice one. So finally, sir, we would conclude the rapid fire round with one question: ISL or I League?
See, always my first love, I League. And always will be I League because that's what got me here. Even when I'm playing in the ISL one day, if I do, I'll still be in love with I League.
So thank you,
And
sir.
here we have one more question, one more rapid fire question from the audience. It's Ilish or Chingdi. Ilish is basically hilsa and Chingdi is lobster.
तो हिंसा ऑब्वियसली मैन बिकॉज चिंगड़ी बोलूंगा तो मेरे को चित्तर मारोगे आप लोग मुझे पता है मुझे पता चिंगड़ी किसकी फिश है पता है मुझे पता है
Okay. So that was a great session, sir, and it was a pleasure for us to have you with us and all our viewers.
Thank you
Thank
so much, guys.
you.
Thank you so much. Love being here with all of you. And let me again say all my good wishes to LRSM, and I hope they have 100 more foundation days celebrated like this. So and I'm obviously not going to be there, and my grandchild is here with you guys, with your children or grandchildren doing the same show. That will be the greatest pleasure. So I'd like to end this with to all the fans and to all the mariners, Joy Mohan Bagan, and really hope. By the way, so if you want to know who I'll be supporting in the ISL this season, blindly you can count on my support. I'll be supporting you and making sure that I'm loud and proud supporting Mohan Bagan to win the ISL. Joy Mohan
It would
Bagan.
be a pleasure for us, sir.
Thank
Joy
you
Mohan
so much,
Bagan. Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so
Joy
much.
Mohan Bagan.
Having you
Thank you.
here this evening, actually, आपने हमारी शाम बना दी. And 7th Foundation Day के मौके पे JRSM is really fortunate to have you here. And आपके जैसा जोश जो आप लाइफ के लिए जो आपका मोटिवेशन आप कैरी करते हो, we just want कि उसका अगर 1/10 भी हमारे पास आ जाए, तो I think we'll do a lot better with our lives. So thank you so much. Thank you for
I'm
joining.
always here for you. आप लोगों के लिए जान हासिल है. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I loved it. I don't even know how time passed. It's showing that we've done over 2 hours, but it's not looking like 2 hours at all. It's probably you got the record for the longest webinar I've ever done.
So nice. Even we have a record now, and let me tell you, sir, the incredible effort behind this goes to so many people. There are so many people working at the backstage right now. They have been facilitating the questions. We have so many people here with us. So I think if I start taking names, I'll definitely miss out somebody. So I think I'll just say it's the JRSM family who is standing solid and strong. Making
JRSF family, Balo Bhashi, thank you so much for doing this for me. I really appreciate it. And I really hope you guys take it even further. And I'm so proud of what you guys are doing. And I really hope that you go from strength to strength. Thank you so much, guys, for helping these great anchors out. But they wouldn't have been able to do their job if you wouldn't have done your job. So it's a team effort. I know some strikers take away all the goals like her. She scores all the goals. But the passes given to her by all her teammates.
yes.
Yes, exactly.
So I
Okay,
was
thank
waiting
you
for
so
your
much, guys.
analysis. Thank you, sir.
Joy Mohan Bagan. Bye.
Joy Mohan Bagan.